American English, American English. Teach and learn American English.
In this teaching tip topic, Lauren Whitaker will present visual thinking strategies, or VTS, and 2 examples of VTS you can use with young English language learners. Welcome back, Lauren.
Hi, and welcome. I'm Lauren Whitaker, and I'm looking forward to speaking with you today about visual thinking strategies. Let's get started. If you missed part 1 of this series, where I talk about 3 activities you can use to engage young learners, be sure to check it out here. Today, I'll show you what visual thinking strategies are. Following that, I will explain 2 examples of visual thinking strategies that you can use with your young ESL or EFL learners. Visual thinking strategies, or VTS, is a method in which the teacher leads the students in a detailed discussion of a picture or a photograph. Through VTS, students develop a willingness and ability to present their own ideas while respecting and learning from the ideas of their peers. I find that incorporating VTS into my lessons can be incredibly beneficial. It's a really helpful support tool in aiding the comprehension of unfamiliar words and concepts. Other benefits include activating students' prior knowledge, engaging them in meaningful interactions, and pushing them to use more complex language structures in order to express their observations and opinions. Students create meaning through images by making individual choices, and photography brings life and realism to lessons. Let's begin by taking a look at an example photograph. What do you think makes a photo engaging? This is a good time to pause the video and think about what makes this photo interesting or engaging. As you might have noticed, the most memorable photos have a little strangeness to them and include people and a sense of movement. One major element of VTS is the discussion of an image, in which teachers support student growth by guiding them, either in pairs, groups, or as an entire class. To do this most successfully, teachers should use the 3 open-ended questions framework. What's going on in this picture? What do you see that makes you say that? And what more can we find? Students are asked to first look carefully at an image and talk about what they see. Next, they should explain their ideas using evidence found in the picture. They should then use their observations to form assumptions about things that are not seen in the picture. For example, what might happen next and why they think that? What happened before and why they think that? Lastly, they should listen to and consider the views of others and discuss different perspectives. Let's try it. What do you think is happening in this picture? Please take a moment to pause the video and think about or write down your response. Responses might include, there is a race, they are in the Olympics, the men are running. For the second step, we need to provide support for our first observations. One might say, I think these men are racing because they are wearing special running clothes. They are also wearing numbers and running on a track. A lot of people are watching and cheering. The next step requires us to make an assumption based on something we cannot see, such as something that will happen next or before the picture was taken. For a fun twist, we can take an image and cut it into 3 or 4 sections for a VTS extension activity. Each section should include a few objects for the learner to observe and predict what the rest of the picture might consist of. After individual observation and group collaboration, learners will create a story based on their interpretations. In step 1, learners will get into groups of 3 to 4, depending on how many sections you divided the image into, and each learner will choose one section. They will observe sections carefully, using a chart to help them organize their observations. The chart should contain 3 things to observe. As you can see, I have listed people, things, and actions, but you might also choose topics such as colors, shapes, and textures. Let's try it out. What do you see in this section? Write your list of words down on a piece of paper. Here's an example of what your chart might look like. Many of you probably listed all or some of these words. Great job. In step 3, students place their sections together to form the entire picture. Students shared the items on their list with their group. Once they finish, the other group members have an opportunity to add additional observations. In step 4, the teacher provides each group with a sentence. For example, after school, the boys went to the beach. The sentence can be written down on a piece of paper or told to the group orally for them to write down. In step 5, the group will sit in a circle and each student will orally contribute a sentence and then write their sentence down on the shared piece of paper. In the last step, once the story is complete, each group will share their picture and story with the class. Please pause here to check out this list of great photo resources available online, including resources from American English and other sites. Summing up, today I showed you what visual thinking strategies are and 2 examples of visual thinking strategies that you can use with your young ESL or EFL learners. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed learning about visual thinking strategies. Be sure to check out all the other great teaching tip videos found on the American English YouTube channel.
To check out other great teaching tip videos, be sure to subscribe to our American English YouTube channel. You can find resources for teachers on the American English website by clicking on the link listed here. And if you haven't already, be sure to like us on the American English for Educators Facebook page.